Thank you.
Mm.
That means a great deal to me.
But we still have much training to do if we're going to get
I
the school back in the high tournaments.
I mean, it couldn't be more appropriate.
What is this?
A memento of your father's. I was waiting for an appropriate time.
I mean, thank you.
With pride.
Thank you very
It was a
much.
symbol of Munio's dedication to the school.
You just ruined my recording.
Mankind's violence and rage, which kept them from waging war. Carried on that tradition.
It was a moment because
During the attack that took his life.
that is the world's greatest timing.
Enough of the past. Let's look to our future.
Wow. Oh, wow. Genuinely laughed until I cried there because that's... I mean, it couldn't have chosen a better point of recording today than right now in the middle of Sleeves' gift. I'll double check there's nothing particularly pertinent and secret on the screen, but as far as I can tell, Jay, Merry Christmas, thanks for the years of excellent content and for keeping us so involved in your project and videos as they get better and better. Best wishes, Sleeves. Why, thank you, Sleeves. Thank you very much. Hopefully I will do justice to your kind words in Gladius when I get back to doing Gladius after having your little gift pop up here. But I do. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. And I have actually, interestingly, been looking at that Steam World heist because I think... Now, I might get this wrong, but I'm sure I can correct myself in the future at a later date. I believe I've got Steam World Dig, and that was quite fun. I don't know if I've ever recorded that, or if that's just been something I've done by myself, but I'm fairly certain it's Steam World Dig, which is clearly the same archetypal idea of things, but a slightly different placement of things. It's a bit like Holy Potatoes. So you've got Holy Potatoes, a weapon shop, Holy Potatoes in space, Holy Potatoes something else. Steam World Heist, I think, is very similar. You had the Steam World Dig game they did, and then they made a Steam World Heist, and possibly even other Steam Worlds as well. As I say, I'll look into it and try and correct myself if that's wrong. But yes, a Steam-driven pirate crew. Oh, that sounds awesome. Tactical shootouts in Steam World Heist. This turn-based strategy with a twist. Oh, you manually aim the guns of your robots, allowing for insane skill shots and bullet-bouncing action. So in that description, sounds a little bit Worms-like, which is always quite fun. I do enjoy a good Worms. I don't know what's going to happen next if I just plain accept the gift. So I will, though. As I say, what timing? I will accept your gift, Mr. Sleeves. I will add Steam World Heist to my library, and I will try and download and play Steam World Heist at my earliest convenience. So it has been added to my library, and I can download and play it at any time. So thank you very much. And your timing, truly, truly impressive, because there are literally no defining features that I'm actually doing this. Because I've come off of Discord, I'm invisible on Steam, which is why it's popped up, because I am technically on Steam, just not on Steam. Okay, it's taking its sweet ass time now. Could you just do it? Could you do the thing, please? Do the thing. So I'm invisible, for all intents and purposes, I'm invisible online at the moment, so you could not have possibly known that you were going to pop up in your own Christmas gift with a Christmas gift. So, well played there. Well played. Well played, world, and well played, Sleeves. Congratulations. I'm going to get back. I'm going to let that try and sort itself out. It might suddenly pop up again, but we'll let it try and sort itself out, and I'll investigate later. But for now, we can now begin your instruction. Do you feel you know enough to skip this lesson? I mean, I kind of think I do, but fuck it. I'm going to be cocky. I'm going to be a little cocky shit and say I know exactly what I'm doing. I understand. There's nothing here that can't be learned from your league training manual. So I can refer to that if need be, but we'll get into story and gameplay.
It is time to test your mettle.
Our mettle, it says there. Clearly didn't pay much attention to the subtitles. So who are we testing our mettle against? Oh, 2033 blocks free. Superb. Save. Save it to save. Save it. Save it. Save the game. I will save the game. I will save the cheerleader to save the game and the world and everything else. Do loading screen. Loading screen. Ah, we're on. Ah. I think it froze again. Tittington. I think it froze again. Blast it all. For the glory of the gods! Okay, moment of truth. Backup plan. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, sigma, other Greeky letters. Will you do it? Has the backup plan functioned as the backup plan should function? Are you doing it? It's gotten a little further, but it keeps getting a little bit further each time, but the backup plan seems to be working. Okay, you will potentially note that the controls will look a little bit different suddenly, and that is because we've shifted over. What the backup plan I mentioned was I was downloading the PlayStation 2 version, so hopefully, fingers crossed,
The road?
this one might actually work,
this hill and watch the warriors train below.
and we can actually get somewhere. So
With sticks and
you
rocks.
technically asked GameCube, and I think you did keep them themed all to
We
GameCube.
never thought we'd have the chance to run our own.
To a certain extent, I apologise, but it is the same game. It's just going to be on the PlayStation 2 instead of the GameCube for now. I imagine potentially if I hadn't said anything, the only thing that would have given it away was the fact that it's going to have X's instead of A's, perhaps. But
we haven't even
it should
won
be
battle
fun.
yet. Let's just concentrate on making it to the next town alive.
Yes, let's. All right, that's fucking.
Here is the place where you will register for league battles.
I didn't get his voice very close, did I?
Official
Oh, well.
battles has a league officer.
Okay, I will
Job is to
investigate
manage
the
the
league
interactions
officer.
between schools and leagues. Erato?
Who's Erato?
Welcome, Valens and Ludo.
Oh no, it is actually a
The
person. I
registration
wondered if it was a
process now.
little bit of language thrown in, but no, clearly not. Valens and Ludo, I'll walk you through the registration process. Okay, this office is the hub for all competition in Pyrgos. I don't know if it's pronounced Pyrgos. It might be Pyrgos. Pyrgos? Actually, Pyrgos makes sense. Similar to Purgatory, maybe. Your goal is to win our town's tournament. If you are successful, your school will be given an official certificate of completion. Why do we need a certificate? Because, Valens, to be a champion school, you must show you have mastered tournaments from many locations. This is what I remember, going around competing in Why are you having such trouble with that word? I don't know. It's because I think it should be gladiatorial. And it is. So why are you having trouble? I don't know. Gladiatorial combat. This okay. Well, you've managed to bypass gladiatorial. Now try and get past certificates. You may enter the high tournaments in Caltha. Great. Then let's enter the Pyrgos tournament. I still think Pyrgos probably better. Even though, I know, I said Pyrgos was better, then went straight back to Pyrgos. I can't help it. My brain works in mysterious ways. Even I haven't yet figured out. Though your father's name carries with it a history of champions, we have never seen you fight in the games. All schools must prove they are competent before we allow them in our local tournament. The crowds pay good money to view these battles. It would be bad for business if we put on a poor show. Okay, then what must we do before we can enter? Shouldn't we be fighting by now? Soon enough, Ludo. Each of... I can't get past the fact that Ludo is a board game. I think, at least. I'm fairly confident Ludo is a board game. So I can't take him seriously when he's called Ludo. Because all I can think of is Mad All-Night Ludo parties, which is a reference to Hancock's Half Hour for those of you unaware, and that's probably most people. It's arenas with a number of leagues. These leagues host battles to entertain the crowds. Leagues are constantly looking for schools to fight in the battles they put on. These leagues, because this is the sort of game I think could very easily be brought up into the modern era and enhanced. I don't think there was a multiplayer. I might be wrong. I might be proven wrong. But back on PlayStation 2, it could connect to the internet, but it was a bit awkward and not quite so prevalent. Or am I thinking wrong? No, I think PlayStation 2... Yeah. PlayStation 2, I think, could connect to the internet, yes, but it wasn't a prevalent gaming experience back then. The full majesty of online stuff, I use the word majesty, realising that sometimes it's not majestic at all, it's DRMs and other bullshit. But nonetheless, you know, fundamentally the connectivity of the internet is great. Some of the nittier-grittier details, not so much. But this could easily be like a proper hardcore, phenomenal sort of... But they'd have to do a proper balance where it's a phenomenal single-player experience, as it is on the PlayStation 2 here and now, and, lo and behold, there is a phenomenal and flourishing and burgeoning, I'm so pleased the word burgeoning's the correct word. That tells you what I've been doing recently. Gives you a clue when I'm recording this, that I now know that the word burgeoning is entirely the correct word. But it could be like a huge sort of multiplayer thing. I mean, it probably wouldn't be, because people would probably go, no, turn-based, don't want that. Want action, action, action. Fortnite. Oh, you're getting a bit bitter. It's supposed to be Christmas. Fuck off. Fuck off, bitter. Bitter dragon. Fuck you. Bring back the happy guy who was screaming about Christmas. Merry Christmas! I'm back! We need a talisman for Imperial. Proves we have undergone the basic trials for this land, and you are worthy of fighting before paying crowds. That is correct, Usus. Take your young warriors through the certification battles, and then we will talk more of tournaments. Basic training! You're a basic board game! Fuck off! Fine, come on, Valens, let's get this over with. To the games! I can literally do nothing other than dialogue, it would seem. In fact, I don't think I pushed that button. I think you pushed that button for me. You need 6 battle points to beat this league. Each battle is worth between 1 and 6 points. The total points needed for a particular league can be found to the right. In general, more points means tougher... In general, what do points mean? Prizes! While you don't have to complete every battle in a league, you probably will because you're a sad, sad little completionist who can't stand it when there's a little icon that's not completely filled in and isn't registering as complete. You will find your problem your rise very quickly if you skip too many. See, look, they've done me, because I'm fairly certain, look, I'm pointing at the screen. I'm pointing as I so often do at the screen, instead of actually describing it. But next to these training battles, first training battle, a little bit of a gap, there's a little dip, a dippy dippy. I don't know. It's a little icon, and I bet you when I do this, that little icon will be lit up. And at that point, I'm going to want to light up all the other little icons, because I'm a video game nerd, and that's what we do. We have to light the icons. This is the formation screen. Here you will choose warriors from your school's roster. Well, I don't really have anybody other than Ludo and Valens, so it doesn't really matter. After you talisman, done. Yes, as I say, I can't do anything else. I think you do have multiplayer in there. It said add player. I don't think that was add a character. I think that was literally add a second player who would take control of one of your fighters, but I don't think this one would have been online. Is the key thing I'm talking about earlier. This is placement screen. You can place your players. X, done, circle, place my fighters. So, yeah, it would seem you can only place them in very specific places here. One would assume at some stage that opens up a lot more. Sometimes after I attack, I don't get a turn for a long time. Why? Some skills take an extra long time to perform and have a turn penalty associated with them. Similarly, some skills are very fast and have a turn bonus. Ooh, I remember vaguely that idea. Plus, it's not, the speed at which you're able to fight is not brand new concept, is it? This is turn-based strategy 101. Before we start, I'd like to give you an opportunity to skip this lesson, move directly to the practice session. Skip this lesson. Oh, shit. No. I wanted to say yes. You have already made use of the most basic skill move. Well, actually, I haven't, so that could be awkward. Attack. You can switch skills using directional buttons. Yeah, directional buttons up and down, individual doodles. Try using these controls when you are ready. Empower yourself with the triangle button. Okay, so I can empower myself. That would take 2 of my energy blips. I can pass, I can strike. Unfortunately, there we go. You are just moving on a standard movement-based system. So yeah, I think empowering myself seems a reasonable plan. I'm fairly certain he said use triangle. Did he use... Yeah, he did say use triangle. Fair enough. Do you see the circle within a square pattern beneath Valens' feet? It's telling you 2 things. The area the skill can target is represented by the square. Empower Self can only target its user, so only the area beneath him is lit. Fair dues. The circle indicates that the target within the target's area is valid. That makes sense, the skill wouldn't be very useful otherwise. Indeed, but some skills have a larger target area than might be beneath one's feet, and not everyone who falls within it will be a valid target. Use the skill, do the skill, enjoy the skill, empower self. As I say, I've played this game before, and I've played this game a lot. Now, I grant you, many years ago, but I don't think it did anything too revolutionary that I don't have to concern myself too much with the tutorial. There's probably a few sort of little points that I'm going to be like, oh, I don't remember this, and this is unusual, but other than that, I think it's going to be fairly fine. 5 minus 2 plus 1, what is this, arithmetic class? I want to fight. Don't you worry, I'm going to throw you right in there so that you can get some severe beatings. May the last one think passing. No, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, passing is quite useful. But I already saw how you could do that because I passed it there. I do have full, I mean, not like one, I mean, the camera will automatically go up there for that, for the sake of that, but... Oh, am I... Is this my full on my turn now? Because I think what I'll do... Ah, I can't. I misread the signs.
As I say, I've played this game before, and I've played this game a lot. I think it's going to be fairly fine.
Never mind. What I might as well do, because I mean, I suspect he's probably going to... Oh, I hope he doesn't auto-move now, because that would have been a terrible decision.
I think it's going to be fairly fine.
Because these guys have now moved out of the position I wanted them in. So please, did you move? I'm not entirely sure if you moved or not now, but... Oh well. Right, so we can actually potentially do something there. Feels like a... That definitely feels like a symbol I should know what it does, and I don't. And I know the shocking...
The Empire is strong!
Good lad. Good. You now shut up, mate. Right. I think just attack the guy from behind. There we go. And now, the only thing I've found... Oh, there we go. It did actually work. Earlier on, it didn't feel like it was registering the button push. But this time I'm early. Earlier on, because I skipped through the first fight since we had seen it. It's... Oh, I said I wanted to give him beatings, didn't I? Blimey. I don't honestly know. There we go. So move to attack is a thing. Awesome. Oh, I really need to get better at that. So yeah, okay. What we're looking at, I was going to say this earlier, but then it all went tits up. What we're looking at with that swing meter is the orange is just standard, the red is optimal, the blue is less than optimal, which means you want to either just play it safe and go for the orange, or you want to take a risk and go for the red. Oh, holy shit, he's dead. Bye, Ludo. Enjoy your death, my friend. I don't know if I can win this.
I think it's going to be fairly fine.
It's a tutorial fight. The unfortunate truth is I'm not doing the swing meter very well. Because I think it's one of those ones. It's a bit like Shadow Hearts, where once you get to grips with the swing meter, in terms of Shadow Hearts, that was the ring system they had. But it's all about that timing. And once you get that eye in for the timing, it goes a lot more swimmingly. However, if you don't have your eye in for the timing, you are doing constantly sort of weak-willed punches like so. But that seemed very late. I'm going to have to potentially adjust. I don't know whether it's the game or the controller or something else, but there seems to be quite a delay between when I push it. There we go. See, I pushed that quite early feeling to what it actually stopped on. And I don't know, that it's difficult to say in this sort of scenario whether that's the game's original design is, yes, you have to push it early doors, or whether this is something else and this is to do with like a controller lag issue or something. I don't know, but it's one of those ones where eventually I'll probably be able to just sort of counteract it and understand the timing, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to understand the timing and get it done quickly enough to actually win this fight, which could be an issue. Plus they're a little bit generous, because you saw there I was fairly on the edge of that red, and I'm fairly confident they gave me the red attack available. Okay, so he's turning automatically, so me keep moving around to his side. I'm not convinced that's proving useful. I am I'm going to keep doing it because I just feel it feels more appropriate to try and attack him from the side. Okay, I didn't want to risk going in the blue because I felt like the orange and red attack were going to win the fight for me, so I wanted to just make certain I hit him rather than sort of weakly tap him with the blue system. Assuming I am correct. I am assuming I'm correct. If I'm incorrect, we will find out eventually. For your impressive feat of courage and valour, we may present to you the following prizes. 105 Ds. I'm thinking denarii. Denarii was a real-world currency. This may be a fictional currency. Experience. Why did Valens get shit all for experience? That seems a little unfair. Probably because Ludo's going to break off at some point and be an arsehole.